You are now listening to the Highly Evolved Podcast. You can find this channel on Twitter, Gab.ai, BitChute, and Minds.com. This is a Real American Patriot channel for Real American Patriots. If you're not a Real American Patriot, please exit the channel. Furthermore, we are not sponsored by any outside interference. That means we're unscripted, unrehearsed, and unedited. With that being said, transmission will commence momentarily.
How you guys doing? Welcome to the HighlyEvolvedPodcast. I'm your host, Stefan. You can find me at Minds.com, BitChute, Twitter, Gap.com. Most importantly, like, share, and subscribe. On this episode, I'm going to discuss about a certain somebody who's running for president, and his city are really not happy about his leadership in the city. The person I'm talking about is Bill de Blasio. This guy had the nerve to run for president and not care what's going on in his city right now. Make any sense? What kind of mayor does that? Your city come first, right? In this article, I'm going to report to you guys about how do NYPD officer protest Mayor de Blasio and what their opinion on the mayor right now. All right, let me load this up for you guys. Give me 1 second. Without you guys, this channel will not be possible. So you guys are greatly appreciated. And let me bring this up for you guys right now. There you go. NYPD officer protests Bill de Blasio outside Democratic debate. Can't run city, can't run the country. Perfect. All right. In Detroit, so they travel to the NYPD travel all the way to Detroit to show dedication. That's dedication. All right. NYPD cops turn out Wednesday to protest NYC Bill de Blasio appearance at the 2020 Democratic primary debate, calling on him to get back to the Big Apple. Exactly. Go watch your city. You have a city watching your here debating. Negotiate with the men and women in blue and finish a job that he ran for. Right? He's running for. This is a sorry person, man. This is a pathetic person. Pathetic, weak mayor. Can't run the city. Can't run the country. Roughly 20 New York officers chanted outside the Fox Theater in Detroit, where Haisner will face off against 9 rivals on the second night of the primary debate Wednesday. They also carried a sign accusing him of failing to help homeless in New York, cutting city workers' health care, and putting work people last. That's what he do. That's a Democrat. That's their intention. Mayor de Blasio, they chanted, "No friends to laborers." And I believe them. Look at that. These are the peoples protesting. Let's see. What was it? Is this a video? What's that playing?
You can't run the country. You can't run the city. You can't run the country. You can't run the city. You can't run the country. You can't run the city. You can't run the country.
Wow. Hey, I agree with them 100%. The de Blasio campaign declined to comment. So the cops aren't really fan of de Blasio right now because, if you aren't aware, if you've been sleeping on the rock for the past week now, there's a lot of disrespectful acts have done to the police, and de Blasio came out probably condemning the acts on the police and haven't defending the cops at all. All right, so this guy, Bill de Blasio, have been known on the record to throw cops under the bus, especially cops within his own cities. The cops who traveled from New York told Fox News that they had been out of contract for almost 2 years, with no raises to speak of, that de Blasio want to give them raises that were well below inflation. Protest was organized in New York City. Police Benevolent Associate, which represent 24,000 rank and file officers. Quote, "We're here to tell our mayor that he should come back to finish his job that he ran for," Officer Joseph Alejandro told Fox. He ran to be a mayor of New York City, and now he's doing his run. We don't know why, but he got a lot of unfinished work in New York City, and one of those things is he should be negotiating with us. So he's not helping the New York Police Department. He keep running away from us. So we're going to chase him as much as we have to. We're going to make him sure. We're going to make sure he knows what he should be back at the table and do his job, he said. The mayor has had consistently poor relationship with the officer. In 2017, officer turned their back on him when he spoke at the funeral of a murdered officer. Cops have accused him for years of not backing them. Incidents of officers being doused in water, like I mentioned earlier, in New York neighborhood have fueled tension, though de Blasio have condemned those attacks. Okay, I guess he did condemn it. But officer told Fox that the main issue they were focusing on in Detroit was pay, claiming that they are roughly 30% behind the average of other local police departments. Wow, and being police in New York City is tough, right? I gotta tell you that because you're a department patrolling a small area like New York City. There aren't many things, but that's the primary. It means nothing unless you can't put food on the table for your family, Alejandro said. De Blasio have struggled to soothe relationship with officers at a primary debate last month. De Blasio again referenced how he had talked with his son Dante about how to protect himself in the street of our city, including the fact that he has to take a special cautions because that he have too many tragedies between young men and our police. So that's why he's feeding his son instead of telling the police they're here to help. When the day later tweeted his condolences about the officer who took his own life, the Sergeant Benevolent Association called him a full of shit. You bashed every cop in the country last night in the DNC debate. You used a cop for your own gain, the SBA account tweeted. Truth is that you could care less for the cops, so save the sympathy card and the clown who believe in your crap. He is not the only presidential hopeful that dug into a cop. Police in South Bend, Indiana has been angered by the way Pete Buttigieg handled the officer involving the shooting in the city. Hey, that's Democrats. That's how they do things. The subsequent remarks in which he said policing was done under the shadow of racism. Wow, so Buttigieg also threw his men under the bus as well. But de Blasio will need a breakout moment quickly to remain a presidential race, or at least on the debate stages past summer. Fox News poll published last week found that his support was mere 1%. Wow. Fox News asked Alejandro what he would ask de Blasio on the debate stage. Why do you disrespect police officer in your own city that you can't even sit with them and negotiate contracts? He said. That's what he said. That's one of the NYPD. There you go. All right. That's one of the NYPD. Bill de Blasio. Mr. can't even run his own mayor. That's the thing with Democrats. They don't have that good relationship with the police department. And I don't know why these union police keep voting for Democrats. I don't understand that. The Democrats don't have anybody's best interest but the criminals. That's the only. It's like we're in bizarre world. Everything's backwards when it comes to the Democrats. All right, you think they support law-abiding, organization like the police department, but they don't. It's like, are we living in a bizarre world right now? It's regressive. Everything's backward when it comes to the Democrat. And Bill de Blasio showing his inability to lead. If you can't even lead your own city, if you can't even negotiate contract with your police officer, if you can't even deal with the people in your city, what made you think you could handle all this pressure as a president of the United States? We have to deal with multiple cities, not just New York. All right. If you can't, if anybody elect de Blasio, this is what you expect: New York City 2.0 for America, and hopefully that will not happen. All right, so the people don't like him in the city, only for the liberals. I don't know how he got elected in the first place. I thought when Bloomberg was elected, I thought people hated Bloomberg now, and they were actually elected another Democrat. It shows you how delusional Democrats are. They would vote for misery instead of prosperity. That's what Democrats do. They prefer misery. They're agent of chaos. They prefer misery than prosperity. But that's the end of the article. Let me know if you agree. You think de Blasio are fit to be president of the United States? What's your opinion on the NYPD officers that's protesting against him right now? All right, let me know if you agree. Because of what I'm saying, YouTube don't want to monetize my channel. Because I'm unscripted, unrehearsed, and edit. If you like what I do, please like, share, and subscribe. All right? Because when you like, share, subscribe, it encourages me to make more videos. When I make more videos, I saturate YouTube algorithm. When I saturate YouTube algorithm, all right, and make my video more expansive to a broader audience. When it's more expansive to a broader audience, I might enlighten somebody to think for themselves. Because that's the point of this channel, to think for yourself, right? Not to be a group thinker. Group thinking are communists, socialists, Marxists, Democratic, Antifa, Black Lives Matter. Those are group thinkers. They implement policy that take people away, freedom away, take people rights away, take people livelihoods away. That's what they do. Affect people's life in a negative way. Those are group thinkers. All right? Because of that, I'm not taking any donation because it's more of an incentive for me to get you to think for yourself. You don't have to agree with me on every issue, but at least think for yourself. All right? On that note, guys, let me know what you think. Leave a comment below. You think Bill de Blasio is a good guy, bad guy? Let me know what you think. Because of that, I know your time is very precious, and I try not to waste any of your time. This is the HighlyEvolved Podcast. My name is Stefan, and you guys have a good day. Peace.